Hi guys. So very kindly, Kate, one of our amazing clients, has joined us today just to talk about her journey working with us at the Strong Life Club and really dig into kind of like the changes and results that she's got so far. And Kate, you're still on the journey with us as well, which is absolutely awesome. But yeah, I wanted to take the listener or the watcher, if they're on YouTube, just to go through kind of your journey really and first and foremost, where you started from. So before you came and was working with the Strong Life Club, what were your daily frustrations, struggles, the things that were just really getting you down when it came to your health, your fitness and your well-being?
So just before I joined you guys, I think I turned 40 like the year before. Um, and I think my 30s I'd pretty much abused as much as I possibly could. So drinking too much, the results of that was my diet was terrible because it was just ease and convenience food. Um, and then I think turning 40 kind of just gave me a bit of kick up the backside and just realized that, I've got to get a grip of this. Um, but I think even before I called you guys, like I spent so much time, money, energy on the latest fad that I was going to take up, whether it was Pilates, whether it was a gym membership, whether it was, I don't know, good God, I think I've got more equipment, sports equipment than anyone. But nothing worked, nothing lasted, nothing really got my motivation. So nothing was consistent, I guess, which is where you guys came in.
Yeah, I suppose also you have your own business, so you're massively busy, you have a family. So I suppose all those other things, they just weren't fitting within, your lifestyle and what you wanted to do, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, running a business, well, having a job, having a full-time job anyway, is just, it's time consuming, it's stressful. I think you can always make excuses.
Mm,
And sometimes not even excuses, just I think one of the big things for me that we've discussed many a time was the mental battle I used to have on a daily basis of
yeah.
just this cycle of guilt that I wasn't working out, that I wasn't looking after myself, which would then spiral me into going home and opening a bottle of wine because actually I didn't want to think about that guilt. So I'd have a glass of wine, maybe two, really rubbish sleep that night, would wake up and the habits just, it was just that vicious cycle that I couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
Um, and I think along with that, like you said, I'm a parent. I think what comes with that is guilt because I'm not setting the best example. I'm less patient. I've not had a good night's sleep. I'm not feeling good about myself. That starts to infiltrate relationships. That starts to infiltrate every area of your life, I think. So yeah, it was definitely time to make a change by reaching out to you guys for sure.
Cool, yeah. And then so you started working with us and we got really clear on, first of all, what you wanted to achieve, what success looks like, and then also putting in a very clear and achievable program that you could do with all these other things that we've mentioned. What were the kind of changes that you started to feel, see, and experience when starting the program?
Um, so many. I feel like my journey had a bit of a this movement, which I'm
Mm,
sure is quite normal.
mm,
So instantly after our first conversation, I remember just feeling really like motivated, like, yeah, these are my people to help me. Like, this is it. I'm going to be able to do this. Um, and I think I started quite strong, so I started instantly to see weight loss.
mm,
So physical changes, started to gain some muscle, which was nice. I think my sleep was probably one of the biggest things that transformed for me because just setting in some morning routines, some evening routines, really simple things again that they weren't like real burdens of time for me. They were just things that I could implement really quickly,
yeah.
but just allowed such a dramatic difference to my sleep, which
Mm.
again set me up for the day perfectly. So yeah, definitely sleep, energy, everything that went with that. Um, And so that was definitely the rise up that I started to see. I think then I hit a point where I was probably what I always do, which is a bit of complacency and a bit of, well, I've done this now. So
Mm,
then, as you will know, I kind of went a bit AWOL, still did my sessions and
mm,
everything, probably just not the commitment that I needed. And I think that curve was just everything I had to go through to realize, no, this is habits for life. This is,
mm,
you know, things that I want to implement that really do work for me. So when I started to come out the other side and not feel like I was sleeping that great because I was drinking again, or I was, not doing my morning routines, I realized, no, I've got to get back into this.
yeah,
So I did. And I think from then it's been the consistency has probably been the best thing for me, is because
yeah,
I wouldn't do it on my own.
mm, mm, yeah,
And I needed somebody to hold me accountable. I needed somebody to educate me
mm,
on, where I was going wrong,
yeah,
um, and help without um, almost assisting me, if that makes
mm,
sense. So help me, but you know, don't let me off the hook.
yeah,
I have to
exactly.
be accountable. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the big one is as well, like when you have those downtimes, if you want to call it that, that the realization is all is not lost. And with knowledge and guidance and support, you can very quickly and easily come out of that rut and carry
absolutely.
on, you know.
But I think the eye opener for me was, had I been doing that on my own, had I been
Mm,
at a gym, that would have been it for me. That would have been it. I'd have
yeah.
dropped off the cliff. And I think that's what the value I place on you guys so much, is that you brought me back out of that, which
Mm,
it hasn't happened in the past.
mm,
So then I was able to embed some habits even more, um, find the love for working out, which
mm,
I just can't even believe I'm even saying those words, because that was
mhm,
just never a me thing. But
mm,
um, but yeah, I think had I been doing it on my own, that would be my point of
mm.
suck it off and go back to old habits.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that in mind, then what are the kind of like real true results that you've got so far? I mean, we're talking about physical transformation results, energy, mental progress, that whole well-being. What kind of results have you got up to this point?
So all of the above. I've comfortably lost 2 dress sizes, which
Wow.
is amazing. So physically incredible. Um, I feel stronger. I suffer quite badly with vertigo, and just even the working out, just some of the strength training that we've done, I've definitely noticed that has calmed significantly.
Wow.
Um, Focus, I definitely know. I would probably say I'm perimenopausal. I've not been diagnosed with that, but I think I've
Mm,
got a lot of the symptoms. I think just some of the health, the dietary
mm,
habits that we've implemented, some of the workings out, some of the daily walks, all of those kind of really good habits just definitely have put to bed some of those niggling symptoms that were creeping in.
mm, mm,
Um, I think for the one thing, and I know I've said this probably already, the mental clarity. I can now. I said to you from the very start, when we had our first call, I just wanted balance.
yeah.
I didn't want to be teetotal. I still want to go out and socialize. I'm quite a social person. So, I want to be able to do that. And I think creating that balance where I can have a glass of wine of an evening, or 2 glasses of wine, have a night out,
Mm,
but then wake up the next morning and it's not reaching for Deliveroo. It's like, right, reset. Let's get myself just back,
mm,
eat some good nutritious foods, nourish my body, walk, move. Those habits I would have just never have done
mm,
before. And that brings with it such a lot of mental peace, because I know that whilst, I am still having a drink, I am still, which again is great for me socially. I want to be able to do all of that. Yeah, the mental clarity afterwards is just, if I could bottle that, that's just everything for me.
that's amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's that whole picture, isn't it? It's like the physical outcome of like losing 2 dress sizes is great. That's fantastic. But also then for you to perform optimally day to day with the people around you in and outside of your business and everything else is just, just as important as well.
I think the other thing to add as well, the impact it's had on my family, like obviously, and I remember when we had our first conversation, I remember saying to you, "Oh, I don't need help with food. I eat clean. I cook from scratch. I've really got that nailed." My God, was I wrong? So obviously, with all your teachings and everything that you've sort of educated me on, I've clearly passed that down to my family. So now we're all eating a much healthier lifestyle. My son is helping me with workouts and things, which is just great for us to spend some time together doing something really positive. And just generally, our whole household, I think, is just all a little bit more in sync and better for it.
That's amazing. That's priceless.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And last one from me, Kate, is really what would you say to anyone thinking about working with a coach online? And a lot of people have got, reservations around it, not sure what it is, how does it work? But so what would you say to anyone that's kind of sitting on the fence thinking about working with an online coach and particularly the Strong Life Club?
Oh my God, just do it is first and foremost. I think my problem definitely was overthinking, which we know has been a huge battle for me. But yeah, just do it. I think bite the bullet. You've got nothing to lose. Like I said at the start, for me, the accountability was what I needed to get me through. We've been working together for nearly a year now.
Yeah.
I would never have stuck to anything this long had I not had a coach who was holding me accountable, calling me, where are you at with this? The app, the whole setup, I think, is priceless. The app is great because it's a daily reminder for you. It's daily support. It's daily exercises, and things just to ingrain for you. But then obviously the help and support that you give weekly or bi-weekly or however, you want to set that up, I think is just, it's priceless. Yeah. I've never stuck to anything this long in my life when it comes to health and fitness. So it's proof is in the pudding, I guess.
Yeah, that's amazing. Kate, thank you very, very much for that. I'm sure we're going to carry on getting some great results and progressing where we're currently at. So well done, because at the end of the day, this is all down to you, your hard work. I can present things to people and introduce things, but you have to go away and actually do it. And as we've said throughout this call, you've got to do it consistently. So you're the one that's doing it. So well done. And I'm looking forward to the next few months where we can get some more amazing progress and results as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you.